Hi, everyone. Good evening and welcome to today's webinar briefing at the Jerusalem Press Club. I'm Talia Deco. So we're well into starting the third week of the current war, as everyone knows, everyone who's covering, everyone viewing from afar. And we're actually here today to focus specifically on Israel's northern border, which has remained not so quiet, incidents every day, and we're really sitting here trying to figure out what is ahead of us. And with us on the line to offer insight through a unique virtual drone tour platform is Colonel in Reserves Miri, the director of the International Institute for Counterterrorism in Herzliya. Miri was also a spokesperson for the Israeli government in the past and a senior intelligence officer. The way we're going to do it is Miri's going to use the platform. You're all going to be able to view it, and then she'll open for questions after giving a brief tour. And anyone who wants to have access to the platform itself afterwards, please be in touch directly with JPC, and we'll see what we can do. So with that, Miri, take it away.
I'm going to say good evening to everybody, wherever you are in the world. The Jerusalem Press Club made a very unique aerial accessory. That's not the right word for it in that sense, but it's a tour that I'm trying to remember the exact name in that sense, but it's something that we made together and it was in anticipation that there would be a war, sadly, and that we'd be able to show it to you even if you're far away. What I want to do right now, and people are still entering and they're going to come in the middle, and that's life and that's okay, is I want to take you on a virtual tour. So I really want to say right now that if you came in on a phone, you really want to be on a computer. You want to be able to see in full what I am going to be showing. And the reason that we're getting all of the ringing on my side is because I have to be a host because I'm about to share something which is relatively heavy. So I'm going to start in that sense without further ado. But I want you all to be able to look right now, and Talia, you'll be the one for me that will tell me that you can see the screen so that I know that everything's okay in that sense. Sure. And
we can see now.
You can see the screen and you can see my hand moving on the screen.
Yes.
All right. I have opened up here a map of the Israeli Lebanese border. And in this map that I have opened up, you can see from the Mediterranean Sea, Rosh Hanikra, that the border itself between Israel and Lebanon, it's 138 kilometers long. And we have a series of sites that I'm going to show you a 360 degree of the area. That's not what's interesting. I'm going to zoom in on the map. When I do these things, sometimes you may get a little seasick because I'm doing it from my computer. It won't work the exact same for you. And I'm zooming in because, for example, right now, Alma Eshaeb, and I'm zooming in a bit more, the area of Arab El Aramsha, which is in southern Lebanon. You can see the Mediterranean Sea, the border line on the map itself. And I'm going to be describing what Hezbollah has been doing in the last week. And today, as we're talking about it, for example, towards Arab El Aramshe from the area to the north of the border, and as another example, in Zar'it. I just read right now that 5 Hezbollah bodies were taken out of Ramyeh. You can see Ramyeh in the middle of my map right now. It's opposite both Zar'it, an Israeli moshav, and Shtula, an Israeli moshav. Most of these have been evacuated. So I just showed you in general the line of the map as I go along the incidents, because we are in a low-scale war with Hezbollah already, and the events have taken place of different types of attacks along the border, and the different types along the border, as I said, towards Zar'it, towards Shtula. I'm continuing with the map to the east, towards Netu'ah, keep on going, Dovev is a moshav, and as I go along in that sentence, we go out earlier today, firing, and again, every time it's anti-tank fire, it's rocket fire, it's mortar fire, it's different types towards the different Israeli communities and military outposts along the border. And today, an additional group of Hezbollah terrorists were killed in Aitarun. I keep on going on the border because these are names that have been just today, and I'll go along. Kibbutz Malkiah, Kibbutz Iftach, all of these Israeli communities have been evacuated in the last week. And you keep on going north, and I think that most people remember the name of Metula, which is up in the northern structure of Israel. I'm zooming out again just to give those who have come in an idea. And what I'm going to do right now is not take you along a map. I'm going to take you along an amazing aerial tour. And I say that right now. I mean, when I do it, and every time I do it in that sense, we're going to try as much as possible to show you the different sites. I'm starting here from Rosh HaNikra, which is the border between Israel and Lebanon. I'm zooming in. When we did this, as you can see, the Israeli bases are cleared out, but you can see the UN portion in the Lebanese army on the other side. This is the border crossing, and all along the border, and this has been built for many years, and we all saw its lack of use in that sense. All along the border, there's a combination of a wall, above it an additional fence. Israel has been building an additional wall, but you can also see the towers, and I'm going to show you these different towers as we go along, because it continues with the wall and fence along the borderline itself between Lebanon to the north and Israel to the south, and another observation tower further to the east. And if you look at it again as I zoom out, and I know I don't want to make you seasick, we're talking about a vastly different terrain from the Gaza Strip and the Gaza perimeter. It is very full of trees and bushes. It is very green. In this area, as we're going along, Israel built, both here as in other places, the series of different type of structures, including both fence, wall, additional aspects. And at Rosh HaNikra, until now, we've not been in that sense as under attack as other places. But for example, if I look around in the other direction, again, I'm looking at it now from west to east. I'm looking at Lebanon to the north, at Israel to the south. The community that I'm zooming into right now is the community of Kibbutz Rosh HaNikra, and you can see that it's right underneath the border. Rosh HaNikra is one of the over 24 Israeli communities. It's just like the ones that were attacked down south, that was evacuated in the last, I say in the last 2-week period. It's been in a process. Initially, they did the ones closest to the border, which include, for example, Rosh HaNikra. If I keep on looking to the south, I'm looking into Israel. I'll just remind you the beautiful coastal line, but all of, and again, I'm zooming in, and I have to do it. I apologize if it's making you seasick, but I'm looking now from the drone view from above Rosh HaNikra towards the city of Nahariya. We're already talking about a city of 30,000 Israelis, and they are only 7 kilometers from the border, similar in that sense to, let's say, in between, let's say, Sderot, or today Netivot that was attacked again, and there's another, somebody who was injured from rockets. So I'm giving you a view. The terrain is different. It's very hilly. There's the sea. There are communities very close to the border itself, and there are cities like Rosh HaNikra, and all of this again, just so that we get the idea of where we are. I'm looking near the sea, looking right now towards the east. I'll keep the map open together with the aerial photo so that you'll constantly see that. I want to move right now further east. And as I move further east, I am standing now literally where Hezbollah has been firing in the last week. So where I'm in right now, and I need to zoom in here a bit more into the map. I'll start with the map and then I'll show you the photographs. I'm looking at from Moshav Zarit. We were standing in Moshav Zarit, and in that sense, when you look at it, and here it's not high above the ground, it was just from a high camera. You're looking into the Lebanese territory. The line of the fence here is without a wall. You already have in these areas here. I'm looking from the Moshav. Okay, I'll give you an idea. These are the houses of the Moshav, like we have on the Gaza border. This is somebody's house. They live in a house in a Moshav, and they look outside their window. And from the ridge that you're looking at above here, these are the areas where Hezbollah has been deployed for many years, and that they are firing now directly, both into Moshav Zarit and into some of the military positions, into the different, because there are chicken houses here, there are mushroom, I mean, there are all sorts of different industries. As I turn around, there are all sorts of different industries in this area, local agricultural communities, and they have been firing into Zarit. What are they firing? And to talk about what they're firing, I'm going to, again, open the map a bit more, because this is Zarit. And if we look in that sense, as I look towards, okay, I'm looking out in the distance, okay? And Zarit looks toward, you see, I said that they're firing. The top of the hill, Marwachin, is a Sunni community, not Shiite. Ramia, that you see on the map, is a Shiite city, town, and it has been firing, and it is the base, and it has a whole subterranean arena that is firing anti-tank rockets, mortars, rockets into Israel, cross-border fire, and drones, different types of unmanned aerial vehicles have been coming out of the Ramia area. Today, Israel said that we attacked in the Ramia area a unit that was going to fire anti-tank missiles into Israel, and this time we preempted. Having said that, they fired from two large towns, Ramyeh and Aita Eshab, into Shtula and into, you see these names of the different Israeli, again, it's inside Israel, the communities, Shtula, near Shtula, as near Zarit, there are military bases in this area, and Aita Eshab, I love it with the Panda Cafe, Aita Eshab is, as I go further east to my next panorama, okay, this is from Shtula, okay, Shtula has one wall, okay, and a second wall, because they are literally opposite Aita Eshab, and over the last week and a half, from this wall, we have seen units as I go around, okay, I'm going to zoom in, and again, I'm going to make you a little seasick, but you can see on the map on the left what I'm looking at, and we're looking at an Israeli outpost, which is on the border, and we're looking at one of the positions of what we call green without borders, which is the Hezbollah protection for the Society for the Protection of Nature. That was Miri being very, very sarcastic. Hear my sarcasm. It has been outlawed as a terror, as an extension of Hezbollah, both by the United States and others. But this tower in Lebanon is part of the forces, and you see it's all full. If I zoom in more, this entire area is all trees, oak trees, very, very green. And in this position up at the top of the hill is one of the places where one Israeli soldier was killed.